Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome in. All right. Oh, hi, Lena. Hi, Miriam. Hello, hello. Gorgeous. Hi, Debbie.
Gorgeous.
Y'all are so gorgeous. We're getting ready to get started. I'm going to give you all a few minutes to settle in. Hello, Lisa Lila. Hello, Mike. What's up, y'all? Today is a beautiful day per usual. Hi, Jeff. It's a sunny day in Washington today, and I love it because it's gonna get real dark real soon, you guys, and I'm nervous. I don't know when we're gonna be full darkness here, but I'm gonna enjoy the sunny days till then. We are making one of these recipes that I think is so easy to make at home. It's actually one of my favorite flavors, tom yum. Those who have been to a Thai restaurant or know a little bit of Thai cuisine know tom yum. It's like bright, it's floral, you have a little acidity here, you got a little punch in the mouth. I mean, you have galangal, a nice root. The root is like very floral, almost like white pepper-ish. You have lemongrass in there, you have chilies, it's not too spicy. And you have some recruit lime leaves, which are like bright citrus notes that you cannot escape. They're gorgeous. Then, not only do we have that, but that is going to cover our beautiful salmon. And it is our blue house salmon. So it's going to be gorgeous with flavors, high quality. And when we slow bake it, it's going to be like flaky and delicious. And you're going to have it with a cucumber salad. And by the way, y'all, I forgot to introduce myself for some of you new folks here. I'm Chef Lisa, and if you have any questions, concerns, or just want a friendly person to chat with, we have Chef Meg.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm excited for this one. I love tom yum.
Yeah, it has everything that we like. We love cucumbers here for a nice crunch. We have a little peppery arugula to go with it, and a nice flaky, high-quality salmon. You get your omega-3s. You're doing something great for like just sustainability, and it's from the US, so you can't really go wrong with that kind of salmon.
I love this recipe too because like that low and slow, it's like really hard to overcook this recipe.
Yeah.
And like overcooked salmon is like, it just gives me the ick, you know, I can't keep eating it.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I hate overcooked salmon. It makes my eyes water because I'm afraid I'll choke, you know what I mean? Like when it gets really dry, and then I try to like balance it with more vinaigrettes or sauces, and
you
then
gotta bring the mayo out.
Yeah. I just bring a bunch of mayo, and at that point, give me a tuna salad. Like, what are we doing here? You know? So let's get started, you guys. I see that a lot of y'all have settled in. Meg has put the recipe in the chat, and we'll get started. So first, over here, I'm just gonna cut some tomatoes. This is gonna go with your salmon. You want some great acidity, you could do with cherry tomatoes. Heirloom is fine too. But today, we're just gonna do these little baby tomatoes that are gonna surround your salmon and be accompanied with some sliced lemons as well. And the cool thing is the Blue House salmon is like, they kind of have a greenhouse for their salmon. So you know it's high quality, it doesn't have any pesticides, antibiotics, and it's in the US versus being in a whole nother country. That's the best part about the salmon. And you can guarantee that you're gonna get like really high quality, almost sushi grade, essentially. You don't have to worry about having any like pests in your salmon. And you can get it from your local fishmonger, or you could just go on the website and look for where you can get Blue House salmon. All right, we got our tomatoes ready. Ugh, I love it. It is tomato season, y'all. I've been eating so many heirloom tomato sammies with a lot of mayo. I will just say it's Duke's mayo all the way. Don't try to get me to eat any other mayo.
What else do you put on your tomato sandwich?
Smoked sea salt.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like a little smoked sea salt on top of the tomato. I want like green, yellow, red tomatoes, nice sourdough, and then that Duke's hits so good. So that's my favorite. All right, let's get those tomatoes in here. We'll put these aside because this will accompany the salmon. But first, we need to make our marinade that goes along with the salmon. A little 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and then some tom yum. Look at this, y'all. Have y'all seen tom yum before? Anyone in the chat? Have y'all had tom yum? What? Oh my goodness. The great thing about tom yum is it has this nice vibrant red color. And not only that, it is very versatile. So you might be like, I'm buying this at home. I don't want to have it stuck in the drawer for no reason. You know, I have a lot of condiments that just sit there for months without being touched. But this I use all the time. It's a soup base. It's great for stir fry. It's great for making a marinade for your fish, your meats. It's just very versatile. So you can use it very quickly. You'd be surprised.
Someone asked what it is.
Yes.
I think we forgot to say that this is like from a jar we bought.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a jar that you can get in any grocery store. And honestly, you can get it at Safeway now, especially in the Asian sections. But it is a paste made with shrimp. You have galangal. You have makrut lime leaves, which are just like a specialized type of Asian lime. And then they have these really fragrant leaves that have like a hard stem, but on the leaves they're like really thin. And a lot of people just break them down, dry them, and make it into a paste. And then you have lemongrass, those big wide stalks that some people use the lower ends for stews, and then the higher ends people use for like flavoring. Sometimes people use it for syrups that you might find. So if you ever see like a long stalk, that's gonna be your lemongrass. Galangal is kind of harder to find. You have to go to an Asian grocery store for it. And then you also have shrimp paste, chilies, and the lime leaves. So that's really it. It's nothing too crazy. If you go to an Asian grocery store, you'll be able to find all those ingredients.
It's just one of those flavors, though. It's like all of that together. It creates this really like flavor-packed, like kind of perfumey.
Oh yeah.
It's just like great to have in your back pocket.
It really is. It's one of my favorites, especially since it's just like you can use it with anything. You know, you can't really go wrong with this because you might think it's too spicy, but the chili just gives you that little hint in the back of your cheeks. It's not anything that would make you sweat at all. You can barely feel it. It's almost like a black pepper level spicy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're gonna grab our salmon. Look at this. Get you a little 3-pounder. Look at that gorgeous shine of skin. Oh, I love salmon, y'all. It is one of my favorite fishes because it's like nice and fatty. You get a little omega-3 in there, so you don't have to take your fish oil pill. You could just eat this instead because those pills are huge.
But yeah,
y'all.
they're huge.
They scare me. My life flashes before my eyes when I take my supplements. And I'm like, oh my God, not the fish oil. But with salmon, you don't have to do that. You get your omega-3s for your heart health, right? All right. So we're gonna leave the skin on. You can take it off if you wish. The skin's great because then we can just do a little slice here and there and like get a good portion. We can pre-portion that way. And then once we slow cook it, it'll just flake off and you can peel it really easily. So if you want to do a little bit more hard work and slice it, you can, but I'm just going to keep it on. So we're going to just put the paste all over the salmon, get you a little brush here. We're just wanting to make sure we get lots of flavor. And the best part is when we slice it, we can put it in those crevices as well. It smells so good. Y'all, it smells so good. Once you bake it, you're gonna smell it.
Oh yeah. Someone asked if they if they can't eat shrimp, what could they substitute for the tom yum paste?
If you're not afraid of spice, I think you could do like a sambal, which is like the red bottle with the green top. That's kind of like it looks like chili paste. It's essentially chili paste that's Indonesian. You can use that. It has like a lot of citrus, but it does have a little heat to it.
Yeah, a little kick.
Yeah.
It'd be like a red curry paste.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It won't be the same, but it's at least like will be as quick to use as this jarred tom yum.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
Like
green
red, yellow, green.
Yeah,
a lot of
any
curry paste could be a good substitute. But I would say also check the label on those because sometimes they do just naturally add shrimp paste to it or even fish sauce that might be in the same factories that use shrimp, depending on how severe your shrimp allergies are. But look at this gorgeous color, you all. That's going to be so good in your salmon. And salmon's just like nice and fatty too. It's like high in protein, but I like the richness of it. It's one of my favorites. All right. And don't be shy with the paste either, y'all. You'll want a lot of flavor. And we're just gonna use a little knife here and just pre-portion a little bit. Doesn't have to be crazy. And I'll just show you. See, I just did a quick little slice. The skin's still on there. Especially now, since it's not so delicate, you could just do that. See that? Just a quick slice. All right. That way it's pre-portioned. And I want a fillet at the end of it. You can do just like use a fork, cut it up if you wish, but I want like a whole fillet. So we're just gonna get in the crevices of this, use the rest of our tom yum here, and throw it in because it's gonna take a little bit of time, y'all. It's gonna take about 20, 25 minutes. You want to preheat your oven around 300. All right. And let's get some tomatoes around. You just want a little bit of acidity to go along with your salmon. A little extra flavor. And some lemons as well. The lemons add a little bit of moisture as you're cooking your salmon. All right, that looks great. Let's put it in the oven, y'all. All right. All right. Set the timer. Last time I forgot, y'all. I forgot to set a timer. It was a little sketch. It was a little sketch with the pork last time. I was like, is this good? I don't know. I forgot to set a timer, but this time I remembered. So don't forget to make sure your timer actually starts, okay? All right, we're gonna put these aside. And so for our salad, we're gonna top it off with a little bit of shallots, right, Meg? And with our shallots, you can buy it from the store if you wish, some fried shallots, but today, I'm thinking, since we have a little extra time, let's fry our own shallots. Let's see how it compares from an in-store crunchy shallot to the ones that we make at home. And tell me if you see a difference or taste the difference. I find that it tastes more fresh. You get a little more crunch, and you kind of guarantee that your shallots are not gonna taste too burnt, and it's not gonna be like too light where it kind of gets soggy, because shallots are a little hard to do, but it's okay. We're gonna make it here, and you're gonna see a difference. So we're gonna grab a couple things. We got our mandolin here, got our shallots, we've got a little bowl. My favorite is just cutting the shallots on the end. Don't do it on this end where you see the root. You wanna make sure you're able to control where the shallot is. And we're just gonna make a little slice on the side so that way you can peel this off real quick. And then we're gonna use the infamous mandolin. Some people love it, some people hate it. It does get a little scary, but most of them come with a little safety kind of net, and your fingers and the root is gonna protect you. Okay, so you wanna make sure you have kind of a claw-like grip like this, and that's what the root is for. When you cut both ends, it's gonna be hard to recover if you do get really close to the edge here. All right, let's see what we want to do. We just want it as thin as possible. You can slice it if you wish, but the mandolin's so good because then you have consistent cuts. It cuts perfectly, and that's what you want. Do you all use a mandolin? Are you fearing the mandolin right now? Or do you all use it a lot at home? Let me know in the chat. Any questions, Meg, so far? Anyone have any beef with the mandolin?
We've got some fans.
Fans?
Here. I'm definitely a fan. But yeah, you gotta practice mandolin safety.
Mm-hmm. And most of them do come with a guard too. So it's not like you're gonna have without it.
And you know what? Like, you can just stop.
Yeah.
You can just stop when you get close. You don't have to take it all the way. It's okay.
Exactly.
You can throw the rest of that shallot in your stock bag in the freezer.
Mm-hmm. Don't be a hero.
Yeah, don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero and sacrifice your thumb for the shallots to be perfect. But yeah, you guys saw that. So we just want a little bit of pressure. I don't know if you could see it here. So we're just putting a little pressure Just a consistent push. That's all you gotta do. And this protects you every single time. So we're getting a little close. We can pause on that. Look at that, y'all. I don't know if you could see. They're all the same thinness. You know what I mean? That's what you want. It should be as consistent as possible, so that way the cook, you're not making trouble for yourself. And if you ever want to tear up and be like, ugh, why didn't you get me that? Why didn't you get me that purse? Why did we go to dinner? Now is the perfect time. There you go. You can practice your tears because I'm tearing up. Okay? These are good shallots. It automatically cheers you up, dude, because my eyes are dying. But the shallots are going to be worth the sacrifice, right?
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. A few more. I like a little bit more shallots. A little bit of a push. And there you go. Good quality shallots. Nice crunch to them. Bright purple. You don't want them to be dark in the center. If they look dark or green, they've gone bad. And make sure you store them outside. They get a little mealy when you put them in the fridge. Some people put it in the fridge. My mom puts it in the fridge. She puts everything in the fridge, though. You know, that's her storage container. Don't do that, because then they will become mealy and they won't be as crispy as you want them. All right. So this is heating up. As that heats up, we're just going to put it in a little bowl here. And we're going to add some salt so it can kind of dehydrate itself. You kind of want it to look a little wilted before you put it in the fry. So that way it's not like a crap ton of moisture. So we're just going to put a little salt. There you go. Just a pinch. Make sure it's nicely tossed. And you can set it aside for a few minutes. And then we're going to lay this towel out, because after it's been dehydrated, you want it to pat down to get rid of the moisture. And I'm going to use this extra napkin for my eyes.
Oh, sorry, Lisa.
No, you're good.
Got caught by the shallots.
You're totally fine. I wanted to fry the shallots. This is a sacrifice for artisan shallots in your home. Okay? It's worth the sacrifice. Sorry, y'all. Oh, just thinking about how we should be more sustainable on this earth and eat more healthy, you know? All right. There we go. We're back on. All right. So while we get those shallots waiting, let's go ahead and get our salad ready. We got some cool stuff that we're doing with the salad that I am just really stoked about. And any anger that you have had this whole week, I know, what is it, a Thursday? So if you're frustrated, now's the time to beat it all out. We're bringing our trusty, dusty rolling pin again. All right, so we got our cucumbers. Give them a quick rinse, actually. And we're gonna cut the ends off. What's great about these are Japanese cucumbers that Chef Meg got us.
I know, I had never seen those at the store before.
I know. You guys see them?
Love to try a new cucumber.
Yeah.
They look very similar to an English cucumber.
Mm-hmm. They almost look like a cross between a Persian one and an English one. Like you get the little bumps, but you also get the little waves too. So you're gonna cut the ends off. And you're just gonna go ahead and smash your cucumber. You just want it a little bruised. And the cool thing is each cucumber has their own different flavor profile. You just think they're all just cucumbers. But the Japanese cucumber has a melon kind of taste. The skin is thinner. So when you eat it, it's not like rubbery and chewy in your salad. So that's a great part about Japanese cucumbers and Persian cucumbers if you were to do that. You can cut these up. Some people like to tear them up. I want to do a little bit of both. We're just gonna put this in this bowl here. All right. Tear up these broken cucumbers. Hopefully you get a little melon taste to go along with it. Gorgeous. Look at that. They're bright. They do look melon-like, don't they? They're a little more of a deeper green on the inside than your typical English cucumber. You could smell it. You want to smell it?
Yeah, they
Meg?
look really green.
It really does smell nice and bright.
Ooh,
Right?
Yeah, they smell so good already.
Yeah, they really smell melon-like. I do like this one. If you guys can go to another store, like a specialty store or grocery store, try it out. Try some different cucumbers out. See if there's a difference for you.
Going to a new grocery store is very therapeutic.
I know. Sorry, y'all. I forgot how much water the Japanese cucumber contains, so we're just splashing the studio.
Yeah.
Do you have to smash it? You don't, but it's therapeutic within cooking, right? So Debbie is not feeling it, y'all. Debbie's like, lady, what are you doing? She's like, can you not just cut the cucumber?
No.
Meg,
Gotta release the juices.
Meg and Remy are hiding behind the computer and they're like flinching with every slam. And you know, that's, you know, you can have your kids watch while you do this. And they're like, okay, I won't get mom mad again. I'm gonna clean my room, mom. Don't worry, I'm gonna clean my room. All right, there you go. So you got your cucumbers all nice and smashed. I think it'll go really good with your flavors too. Like once you add it to the salad, it'll be worth the squeeze, right? Debbie looks like, I don't know, lady. That's wild that you're doing this. This must be a TikTok thing. But to be fair, that is the new trend, right? With the cucumbers, everyone's doing everything with cucumbers online. Have you guys seen that trend? It might be on the news too once in a while, like the food trends. I'm talking about the one where they are putting cucumbers in a jar. They're like using a mandolin and they're just cutting cucumbers in. And then they put cream cheese and red onion and like they shake it in a jar. So like basically a salad in a mason jar. I'm like, you're making a bagel. You're basically making a bagel without a bagel. Like what is going on?
Yeah. I've seen some of those.
Yeah.
And they have so many views and I'm like, who is this guy?
Who wants that? I want my bread. Where is my bagel with my cream cheese? I do not want just cucumbers and everything bagel seasoning and cream cheese. I need more, y'all. I don't know about you, but cucumbers will never replace carbs for me. I want my bread. Okay? So I don't know what they're doing out there, but we need to fix the TikTok right now, you know? All right, so we got our arugula. It's gonna go along with our salad. All right, have y'all had arugula before? Yeah? I love arugula. Do you guys like arugula, hate arugula? Yeah, it's all right. Yeah? Well, I think it'll go really great with your salad though. And reason being is you have something bitter, peppery, mustard-like. It's very light. It gives it a little crunch, but you still have the leafy bits to go along with your cucumber. Like, look at that. You have a little bright cucumber here. And then we're gonna add these beaten cucumbers. But y'all, am I being delusional? But it smells melon-like, okay? It's very fragrant with your salad, and that's what I want. I want a little aroma. Look at that. Yum. Let's make this dressing that goes along with it as we wait for our shallots to get ready. Little garlic minced. Put that in there. We're also gonna have a little bit of sugar, lemon juice, and one of my favorite ingredients on earth of all time. Put in the chat what your favorite ingredient is. Like you're on a deserted island. What is one ingredient you will bring with you? Or one condiment? It's fish sauce for me. Mm-hmm. And a very specific one. I won't name it until I get sponsored. Hello. Just kidding. But any fish sauce will do. You just want something like nice, savory. Look at that golden rich color that goes into it. And of course, this is optional, but I love me some jalapeno. I love me some heat. You can opt out if jalapenos are too spicy. I say thin slice them, just so that way you get a little extra crunch, a little extra flavor there. Let's do a little stir. Does anyone say what their favorite condiment is, Chef Meg?
Yeah, some hot sauce.
Okay.
Sriracha.
Okay.
Garlic.
Garlic? Yes, garlic, absolutely. What kind of hot sauce, though? That's the question. I may be basic, but I do love me a Tabasco.
Oh, really?
Very,
I like the
yeah.
green.
The green one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the classic, you know?
Spicy mustard.
Ooh, spicy mustard, yes. With the mustard seeds or without? I like mustard with my mustard seeds. All right, y'all, so recap. We got our salmon in the oven right now, cooking. We have our cucumber salad with arugula. We just made our dressing, and we beat the heck out of our cucumbers. They are battered. And Debbie was afraid. Debbie's like, why would you do that? And also Meg and Remy were afraid too, because they hid behind the computer because they're afraid of the splashes. And it was splashing.
Yeah,
it
it went kind of in the oil.
That's what scared me. It did go in the oil. And yeah, it was a little scary for a second, and I just kept stirring like it didn't happen. And it did happen. So we got our dressing. We're gonna pour a little bit on top. And look at how earthy our salad looks, you guys. The color is gorgeous. All the monochromatic green. You got your peppery arugula. You got your melon-like cucumber. And then you have some garlic, some fish sauce, sugar, lemon juice. This is a beautiful salad. It's very reminiscent of, the dressing is reminiscent of like my Vietnamese culture where we use nước mắm. That's like our dressing for everything, where it's like sugar, fish sauce, lime juice. Today we did lemon, but it's just as good. And we add like chilies, so we add a jalapeno to this. It's really nice.
It's just simple, but hits every time.
Exactly. You know? And you get bits of garlic. I love having a little bit of garlic in your mouth as you're eating a salad. It's my favorite. All right, so we have a little bit of heat to our oil here. So hopefully that means that we can have a little bit of action with our shallots. And you guys tell me if there's a little difference there to you. Let's see. We'll put this aside. Let's see our shallots here. Now they're wilted. If you touch it, it's like nice and moist because the salt drew out all the moisture within your shallots. So now we're gonna take them out.
That's cool. I've never salted shallots before I fried them. That's a good tip.
Yeah, some people do it, some people don't. It's not like a completely necessary thing, but I feel like it kind of helps the fry a little better. But we'll see. Just gonna pat it down, get all the moisture out, and now it looks wilted. It's not the nicest looking shallot, but I think that's the whole point. You know, you really want to make sure that you get most of that water out. It got the water out of my eyes, and now I'm taking the water out of it. You know, that's balance. All right. I'm gonna get a little bit of a sieve right here. Put a few shallots in, just a little bit, because you really want to control how you fry your shallots. And we're just gonna do a little dip here. Slow, controlled. And we're just gonna slowly drop down.
Yeah, keep them moving.
Yep, keep it moving. And we're gonna lower the temp a little bit because we just wanted it high enough. And y'all, you have to watch these. You can't just like leave it alone because these will burn very quickly. And we're gonna take it out. It's a little bit far gone, so we're gonna do another test batch here. This is one of the duties that I had in the kitchen that I hated. It was I hated it, y'all. I hated it. I would try to hide, to not do these freaking shallots. I'd be like, whatever else you need, I will do. I hate doing shallots because it is really tough and it's kind of a mundane thing to do. But if you like the quality of shallots and you really want that flavor, it is a nice thing to add to your plate. You will taste the difference. But to me, did I like it? I hated it. It was like the worst thing.
Just because you had to fry so many of them? Or?
Yeah, you had to fry so many of them. It was really boring. And, you know, I like to be like super active in what I'm doing. And with the shallots, it can be very finicky, you know? Because then you're like, you got to slowly drop it in. And you got to watch it. And they cook after you're done. Like most things do, obviously.
You got to pull it at the right time.
Yeah, you got to pull it out at the right time or they get burnt.
I love frying a shallot.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. But doing it here is not that bad. Because it's like, you know, we're just playing with it a little bit. And we're just going to do one more pass. And now it should be like a light golden color here. I don't know if you could see it. See? It looks like it's still raw, but it's not. And it will cook on its own. So we're just gonna put these aside and hope that it really did the thing. All right. Yeah, it will dry on its own, you guys. Don't go too crazy with the cooking. Because look, this is what you're gonna have. I don't know if you see it. It's like light brown compared to this dark brown. Right there. Light brown, dark brown. This will taste burnt. It just has a good crunch to it. That's what you want with the shallots. So we're gonna fry a few more as we wait. All right, and it's nice and seasoned too, since you put a little bit of salt in. It's quite nice. You don't have to salt it afterwards, which is my favorite. All right, a few more shallots. Have you guys fried your own shallots? Do you all think it's kind of tedious work and you don't want to do it? You just want to buy it? Let me know in the chat.
Yeah, you can totally buy them. We also
Yes.
bought some, but
Yeah.
we thought it'd be fun.
Yeah. It's a good activity
I didn't know
to
about
do.
your past, though.
I hate it. I hate it. Meg tried to traumatize me. She knew the past. I told her this before.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I never told her. I never told her. It's not that bad because it's like smaller batches. But after a while, it just gets so boring. You want to do something else, you know?
I've
You don't wanna
never
keep stirring.
done them in the in a sieve. I always just put them free.
Yeah.
They're like free floating in the oil. That's a good tip there.
That's smart too. You can do that too. A lot of people do that as well. But this is probably the most perfect one I've done so far, y'all. I don't know if you could see. Look at that. Light brown. It's going to continue cooking. You got your shallots there. I like it because it really does maintain shape though. Truly, if you do have the shallots compared to like store-bought. So we're going to look at the store-bought here. See, it's kind of all crumbly. You don't get that nice oval shape that you do with these. So I'll show you here. Huge difference. Store shallots, shallots that you make at home.
I find that the store-bought ones are kind of more like, they're a lot crunchier, like a chip or something.
I feel like when you taste the store-bought, you're really risking flavor and texture. Because they do put a couple of things in there to preserve it and maintain it, which isn't always a bad thing, but you do lose that bright flavor that shallots do have. And with this, it's just, you get a bigger crunch, you know, salty. You get that nice allium flavor versus this one, which kind of mellows out. So it doesn't really add to your salad. No.
I always like to, I feel like mostly I fry shallots like for Thanksgiving to do a special like green bean thing, you know.
Ooh, that's so
it really
cool.
takes it there.
Really?
Yes.
For your green bean casserole. Oh my God, y'all! I have a terrifying story about green bean casserole. I'm gonna check on my salmon real quick, but I'll let you know in a second about this green bean casserole here. Our salmon looks good. We're just gonna give it a little bit more time. We're gonna give about 5 more minutes, and then we'll cut it out. But so, here's my green bean casserole story. This is terrifying, and this is a lesson of why you don't eat at everyone else's house. Okay, you know, so you know how like sometimes you invite your friends and family to Thanksgiving, and you kind of like split up the duties, you know, or somebody splits up the duties for you. Just to let you know, if you're a plate person, or if you're a wine person, that's because they don't want you to cook. Okay, they don't want you to cook respectfully. And they know that you can choose some really nice plates for Thanksgiving because it gets kind of scary out there. I was at the fire station when I worked as a medic in Clayton County, Georgia. And, you know, we brought our own stuff. I brought like braised pork belly and eggs, you know. Some people brought salads. And my lieutenant made the turkey, who was so stoked about it. He like talked about the turkey for 2 weeks. And we kept arguing about the turkey. And he was telling me that I wouldn't be able to work overtime if I made the turkey, because he really wanted to make the turkey.
Oh my God.
He was territorial about the turkey, y'all. He was like, you're not gonna work overtime, B. You're not gonna work overtime. And I was like, please, I need the overtime shift. And he's like, only if you let me do the turkey. And I was like, fine. Because I really wanted to make my own turkey. So everyone brought their own stuff. He made the turkey. It was a nice turkey. And then this young lady made a very scary green bean casserole, y'all. Okay? If you've had green bean casserole, what do you expect? You expect like crunch, creaminess. You expect a little bit of like crunch from the green beans, right? Like, it shouldn't be soupy. It was soupy. It was a green bean soup.
Oh no.
It was terrifying.
Must have been her first time.
No. This is what she brings every year. And they say avoid it at all costs. Okay? It was scary. It swooshed as she brought it. You know what I mean? She brought the casserole dish and it swayed like the sea. That shouldn't be your green bean casserole. It was scary. We're like, you brought soup? She's like, nope, it's a green bean casserole. So yeah, that was our scary story. It was terrifying. And she also brought like salads in different bowls. And like, we're like, why does that bowl look different than the other bowls? And she was like, oh, that's my horse's bowl. I was out of bowls. Yeah, y'all. So you don't eat at everyone else's house, respectfully. But the rest of the food was really great. It was a great Thanksgiving, and we bonded really well. We bonded really well. But yeah, you just got to be careful when everyone else is cooking.
Not
you
in
know?
the horse's bowl.
It was terrifying. I mean, her horses were really cute, though. Does that work? Does that help? Her horses were really cute. But it was a strange Thanksgiving. That was one of the weirdest Thanksgivings I've ever worked. So yeah, that's a fun little story. If you guys have a fun green bean casserole story, let me know in the chat. All right, let's see what the salmon's looking like, y'all. Oh, yes. Let's see. Let's see if it's nice and delicate. Yeah, that looks great. Let's pull this thing out. Put this to the side here. All right, y'all. You ready? Look at this gorgeous salmon.
Ooh.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness. That is so gonna be good when we eat it all together here. Let me turn off this oven. Let's get to plating. Y'all, I don't like a salad usually, but this salad's gonna be really good because there's just so many layers of flavor and we're doing so many fun things with it. So let's do a little bit of this. One place here. Pour that dressing down the center. Quick little toss. All right, and let's see what we can do with this salmon. Are we able to do it without the skin? Is it tender enough? Look at that.
Slid right
Salmon off. Slid right off. Nice and delicate. And let's get up close. I don't know if y'all can see. Look at that salmon. So flaky. Oh, frick. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. It was so delicate. Okay.
It was bound to happen.
Sorry. I had to show the salmon. I want to show you how beautiful the salmon was. I'm a little klutzy. I'm sorry. But yeah, look at that. We're about to slide one more. Let's slide one more salmon down. Gorgeous. And you could just take off the skin too. Let's see. Maybe this one will be a little easier. We're just gonna pull. And another one skin free. Put a little tomatoes on top. Let's do a little cilantro. Tear it up, throw it on. A little sprinkle here and there. Toasted coconut flakes. Get a little crunch to them. I like the toastiness of it too. A little squeeze of lemon. There we go. And I like a little Thai basil. And last but not least, y'all, our shallots. Y'all ready? Gorgeous, crunchy, crispy shallots.
Yeah,
and
that
there
looks
we
real
have
nice.
it. There we have it, y'all. Our tom yum salmon with our smashed cucumbers. I'm so excited to try it. Now's the time. It's gonna be nice and spicy. It's got a little bit of everything. Let's do it. That's good. That's good, y'all. It's got that tang, that citrus, flaky, delicate salmon, crunch of cucumber, a little garlicky on the back note. You have that arugula to cut up that fattiness. You're gonna love this, y'all. Nice crunch of shallot and coconut. You can't go wrong. You guys gotta make this. I just want to say thank you all for dining in, for cooking with me. Oh my goodness. Look at Lena's creation, y'all. Gorgeous. I love that. That looks delicious. Y'all, this is a big meal. We still have some salmon left. We still have lots of salad to eat with your family. And thank you for cooking with me, watching with me, being silly and everything. And thank you to our sponsor, Blue House Salmon, for providing such a delicious, high-quality salmon. I hope you all follow Homemade and cook along with us. Share, tag us with everything that you make. We're so excited to see what you can create. And I hope to see you next class. We're gonna make pesto, meatball, Sammy's. I'm so excited. I love pesto. It's gonna have smoked mozz. See you next time. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.